Hello, everybody on Instagram. Good evening. This is the Tessa-Marie show, and welcome to this amazing financial independence seminar. We will give you 20 minutes or so of it, and after we'll turn it off because then we start sharing. And that's if you want to know, you have to join the seminar in person on Zoom. But for tonight, we'll let you have a taste of what happens on the seminar, and you're free to DM me, send me an email, and I'll send you a link and you can join us at 7 p.m. Today is day 7, so we are a third of the way there. And it will be fun for you to see us and to learn a little bit about financial independence. So come join us and have some fun with that. And there you go. Hello, Facebook friends. How are you? Hello, my Facebook friends. How are you? Guess what? I'm giving you an opportunity to see what happened and to listen to what happens a little of it on the Financial Independence Seminar. So you'll get about 15 to 20 minutes. You'll just get an overview of what happens. And if you're interested, you can join us. Send me an email and I'll send you the link. And you can choose and you can get a seat in the special seat on the Zoom. Other than that, check in with us and see what you're going. Yoko is over there too. So have fun, guys. So enjoy the ride. So guess what? Today is day 7. We are a third of the way there. 1/3 of the way there. I'm going to I can't believe we came to day 7. Can anybody believe it's day 7, or you expected it to be day 7 and you were here enjoying yourself and feeling a little bit more comfortable? So Tehran will be late. Dawn is in school until Thursday night. Every afternoon after school they have her doing this. So when we look at everybody here, it's just that we're doing the financial services seminar, and I wanted these guys to see what we do because people are asking me, you're not doing your IG live, and then Facebook the same thing. So here we are. So welcome, day 7. So what did you think was going to happen today? I'm giving you a break. You can all go home. You know I love giving breaks. So you can all pack your bags and go home, but you're not. So we're going to get into it right away. I'm going to see what we have to give you today. It's day 7 and it's different. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what is happening on day 7. So day 7 is, we have 22 days, so it's a third of the way there. And normally you shift things up a little. You've been hearing me pounding into your head, mind your business, manage your money, all those things. And I thought I'd give you a break today. So on this day 7, we're stepping aside the spending plan. We're taking it and we're putting the spending plan over here. We're not going to give it any attention tonight. Isn't that a break? Let me know what you feel, what you think about this, because it's important to get a little break now and again. The spending plan is going aside, just putting it over here, and then we'll see what happens, what we're doing tonight. I know I wrote like you guys are thinking. I know everyone is anxious. Complete the spending plan. And you know, sometimes you're on a journey and you need to step aside and take a break. So you're going on a nice long journey for 22 days and you're driving an hour every day. But one day you want to say, you know what, I'm going to take off and go the other way. So this is what you're doing. And so today is the day to do that. We're stepping aside. We're looking at something different. Guess what? Anybody, can you guess what I'm going to make you look at today? Anybody there? Give me a thing. It's there. You can see it if you look. Right? What do you think you're going to look at today? Nothing? Okay. So we're going to look at those 5 things you desire in your life. That's what we're working on tonight. We're not abandoning the spending plan. We're looking at the 5 things we need to include in the spending plan. Because those things have to be part of the spending plan, because the spending plan is not only for this week. The spending plan is your map for tomorrow, your map for the future. So in order for you to do that, you need to have an idea of what happens on that spending plan. So the spending plan is what you're spending now and what you're planning to have in your future. Because that is, you have to plan for it. It's a desire. So you have to make sure that you're getting all what you desire. Because you are mapping your life, you're mapping your future, you're making some choices. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, she's crazy, as usual. You know, I'm ready to get this plan in action. I've gotten it in my brain. I can see Arita thinking that. And I know for sure that Rosie is maybe saying, I got this. I got it. I want to finish the spending plan. But I'm taking you off a bit. I'm taking you on another part of the financial independence journey. So I want you to look at this little guy over here. You see, he's reading his map because things are changing. And all of this is Yuko's imagination doing those things. So yes, those 5 things that are important, they're the reasons why you are here. Those 5 things are the reason why you're here. You desire more. You desire a fulfilled life. So tell me, what do you think about that? What you feel? Because there you are. You're not here only because of all the other things you want to fix, but you want better. You desire a more fulfilled life. You desire a life where you could, do things. Not only travel. Travel is one aspect of it, but you desire a life where you'll be more comfortable, where you'll have choices, where you can make choices, and you don't have to settle.
Servants.
Servants. You don't have to settle. You don't have to be a serf and take what the serf master gives you. You want a life where you can choose to live a better life, a more fulfilled life, a life with more happening in it for you. And this is what you're going to have to do to get it. Because if you sat there and you took the same old, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be journeying, you wouldn't be questioning it. And you wouldn't be holding on, and you wouldn't be looking at it and thinking, you know what, I got this, but it's a little bit frightening. So I'm going to ask you to look at it. Tell me, I need you to, there's only 5 little chats, that's not enough, I need more. So write in the chat what your desires are. Not the 5 things that you think you want, but what you really, really desire. Be bold, because it doesn't matter. Everybody here has the same idea. Everybody has those desires. Everybody desires 5 things. And the joy about having those 5 things, tonight you can choose for sure if they are really, really, really what you desire. Because you might think you had those 5 things all worked out. But since you started the program, you are wondering, is that how I want them? Are these the same things that I want? Your paradigm might have shifted already, or maybe it's on the verge. You're looking back and you're thinking, really? No, I have to change this. So this is your time to do it tonight. Hands on the keyboard. I know that you can attain what you desire. I know you can get it. And what I know for sure is that there are certain things one must do to make those goals come to life. There are certain things you must do. But you have to know what those things are. Every desire needs action steps. Every desire needs energy. Every desire needs to be understood. Every desire has to be tasted. You guys keep hearing me talk about the taste of the journey. That's where it comes in. You have to want it so badly that you can taste it, even before you got it. When you think about it, you should feel the energy going through you, and you're saying to yourself, I know I can. I can see it, I can hold it. It almost is tangible. And when you do that, that is when you start making things happen. That is when you start stimulating things, because you're stimulating your senses. You're setting your emotion in gear. You're telling your emotions, you know what, I need you to do this. I need you to shake me up a bit. So write in there those 5 things. And just for fun, then you can say them. I'm forcing you to do that in front of a small group. You cannot be ashamed of what you desire. Then it's not yours. If you're ashamed of a desire, then it belongs to somebody else. If you want this to happen, you have to stand behind it. You have to stand on either side of it. You have to lead it. Look at this guy. He's taking off. He's heading for his stuff. That is Yoko's handiwork over there. He's running because he knows what he desires. So if you're fooling around with it and you're thinking, it's too lofty, it's too big, where I am, I cannot see. Yes, when we are in mire, M-I-R-E, sometimes it holds us down. It's like being in mud and you're trying to walk out of the mud. Sometimes that holds us back. But you have to raise yourself above it. You have to rise. You have to rise above that, like the phoenix rises from its ashes. You have to say, I know I can. Those desires, if you don't believe in them, they won't happen. If you don't polish them, if you don't make them, if you don't hug them and you don't caress them, you have to want it. When you think of it, your body, you should actually tremble. No matter how simple they are. When you think of that desire, what it is you desire so much, your body should go into a little bit of a spasm, as in, I just have to have it. I always quote my favorite friend, Henry Ford. He didn't care. He said, I have to have it. And he told them that, can you say that to yourself? I must. I have to have those things that I want. So you have to do certain things. I have mentioned the things that you have to do all the time. I've said it several times. There are 4 things, and we need to do to touch on them before we get those things done. Before we make that desire reality. Write in the chat what those 4 things are, if you know what they are. Write it. I have said it many times. So write in the chat what those things are that you must do if you want your desires to become a reality. So number 1, I need to see your desires. I'm going to ask you guys to tell me your own. And I don't want you to be afraid of it. If you're afraid of it, then you won't get it. If you're frightened and if you think it's too big, then it's too big. If you think you won't attain it, then you won't attain it. It's yours. You have a burning desire to get it. So I'm going to call your names and I expect you to tell me what your desires are. I'm not going to write them down. I just want you to repeat them. I want you to hear them yourself. Writing it down is great. Saying it out loud is even greater. What are your desires? I'm going to ask Donato. What are the 5 things, Donato, you want to accomplish, that you must have?
Mortgage free, number 1. No mortgage.
Okay.
I want to make 1,000 to 3,000 a day. It's around 900 and something thousand a year. A year, at least $1 million a year salary, gross.
Okay.
I want to live and work at least 3 months out of the year, somewhere warm. On a beach somewhere, doesn't matter. As long as there's ocean in front of me, I'm good. And my laptop, I'm good.
Okay, so 3 months in a warm climate. You have two more to go.
Sorry, go ahead.
You have 2 more to go.
I want to buy my daughter a property, for sure. It's always been my goal since I had her.
Okay.
And I want to be debt free.
Okay. So there's 2 words I want you to repeat them, and I'm going to ask you not to say at least. Not to say at least 900,000. Decide on that number. If it's $1 million, it's $1 million. And it's not unattainable. If it's $1 million, it's $1 million. And if you want to live 3 to 6 months, then it has to be not least. It has to be. And the others, you didn't add the word least to it.
Right.
So if you put LEAST, it's going to be LEAST. Your words is your prayer. When you pray, when you speak, you're praying. Every time you speak, you're praying. Whatever you say you don't have, you won't have. So let us hear you again.
No mortgage, mortgage free. I want to make $1 million a year. I want to live and work abroad, somewhere warm, for 3 months out of the year. I want to buy a property for my daughter, and I want to be debt free.
Okay, so you have your book with you, right?
Yep,
So can you write it in your book?
already done.
Okay. So I'm going to let Arita stay. Who else is here that I can pull back? Yuko, do you have anything are you writing them down?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, let's hear you.
All right. Number 1, no mortgage. No mortgage. And 2, go on vacation in Japan with first class.
Okay.
Number 3, helping kids. And number 4, I can afford to buy technology stuff whatever I want. And then number 5, buy brand new Mercedes SUV. That's it.
And by your okay, so I need you to fix one.
Okay.
You said help kids. Are you going to help them to cross the street?
Well, I want to help if they want to, like Donato, if they want to buy property, or if they need to say that they need money for some more further educations, and I want to help them out too.
Okay, so you still need to fix it, Yuko. You need to fix
Okay.
it.
How
So
do I fix it?
you have to decide.
Yeah.
When we leave legacies, so Donato is specific. I want to buy a property for my daughter. So that means she doesn't have to buy it. He's buying it. You're saying I want to help them if they're going to help themselves. But that's not good enough because it's your prayer. You want more than that. I want to give my children 100,000. I want to give them 50,000. I want to give my children the down payment for their house to a maximum of 50,000.
I like that. Yeah.
So you have to do that. You have to be clear. God and the universe and anybody else you pray to does not understand parables. When we go and we say, maybe, I think I will, I might, I'll help. Helping is not doing anything. Helping is assisting. So you have to decide. If you're going to do that, then give it a number or say you want to leave a legacy.
Yeah, like it's I really like that. Like if my kid decided to buy a house, we want to give money. We're gonna pay as a housewarming gift a down payment.
That's fine. You can do that, or you can say you can put a number. Give it a number. You can change it as your life go on. Give it a number.
Say probably 30,000
Yeah,
each.
that's good. But that's a number. You can change it to 50,000 next year. I don't care. So could we start again and say it differently? From the beginning.
Okay, no mortgage.
Yep.
And go on vacation in Japan with first class.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my kids decided to buy a house, we want to give kids $30,000 each as housewarming payment.
Okay.
For down, housewarming gift.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. And I enough money I can afford to buy technology stuff.
Not enough money. You were good the first time. Not enough. I want to buy whatever technology I want whenever I want it.
Is that the better way?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to buy.
I desire to buy.
Oh, I desire. Yes. I desire to buy.
Technology for my comfort, for my joy, for my satisfaction whenever I want it.
I need a rehearsal to say that.
Yeah, well, that's fine. You got it.
Yeah.
And then what was number 5?
Number 5, buy brand new Mercedes SUV.
Okay. Good. Next. Who is the next person? Arita, you want to take a chance? I can see you, so I can help you out there.
So I said I obviously want financial freedom. I want to buy my own home, have investments, and do 2 vacations a year, and have to have a wine budget.
Okay, so your whole things have to be fixed. You have to fix everything.
Okay.
So because financial freedom is generic,
Okay.
buy a property is not good enough. You need to specify if it's going to be mortgage free. Have investments, you need to give yourself a number,
Okay.
a value number. What was this fourth one? Go on
Yeah, 2 vacations a year.
okay, fine. That I can take. I can let that pass. What is number 5?
My wine budget. Only you would agree with me on that one.
So you want to have a full grown. So then what you need, you have to say I need to have a disposable income of about $5,000 a month, something like that. Not for wine, but because if you have wine, then you'll need other things to go with the wine. It's not only wine, right?
Okay, I don't drink that much wine.
No, but you have to give yourself you have to word it differently. Don't be shy. Financially independent is not a request. It's just give me a number. I want to buy a home and be mortgage free. That's how I would say that. And then investment, what type of, I need to have a portfolio of 1 million, of whatever. You have to dream big. I want 2 vacations a year, and I want to have sufficient fund to live a lifestyle that I choose. That's better. So you have to fix 1 and 2 and 3. So what is number 1?
So what was the wording of being debt free? Like, I don't understand.
Okay. So you want to have financial independence, but tell me what you have for number 1. Let me hear number 1.
I said financial freedom.
Financial freedom.
Right.
It's not enough. So
Okay.
so you want to have, because if you have a portfolio for 400, 500,000, $1 million, you need to do better than financial freedom. It's not good because it almost duplicates number 3.
Okay.
So you want to buy your own home and be mortgage free. So right now you don't have it.
Right.
So I would put buy a home for number 1, mortgage free number 2, and have a portfolio, and I want you to jump into that. I am not doing that one for you. And don't be afraid. Chase the journey. Get into it. Taste the process of the journey. It is attainable. It is attainable. You have to taste the process of that journey. It's attainable. So I need a number from you. Don't be afraid. It is scary to be bold.
I wrote down a number. I actually did write down a number. I want an investment portfolio of at least $1 million.
Well, that's fine. Who said you
Not
can't?
at least. I want an investment portfolio of $1 million.
Yes. So as far as I'm concerned, that is attainable because you have written it down, you said it out loud, you confirming it. Okay, Rosemary. Is Rosemary hiding?
No, I'm here. I was just writing. I was just thinking. So I don't think I'm ready right now. Can you call somebody else?
Yes, I will. Who is here that I can hook? Who? Pallavi, it's your turn.
So first, I would like to travel thrice a year outside India in business class with my family.
Okay.
Second would be to own my own house.
Mm-hmm.
Third would be save for retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth would be to save at least, $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And fifth, buy a BMW or a Mercedes something.
Okay. You were doing well until you came into this something. What do you want, a goat? You were doing really, really well until you buy a Mercedes Benz BMW something. So what do you want, a second-hand BMW? What it is, a Mercedes Benz or what?
First hand BMW.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Okay, so specify, be specific. What it is? It's a brand new BMW. You have the $1 million. You want to have a retirement portfolio. So you have to decide what that number is. You want to travel first class if you're family and own your own home. So when you own a home, guys, saying I want to own my home, you can own a home and you have a mortgage on it. So you have to decide if you want to own a home without a mortgage free. Own my own home and mortgage free. If you don't have one, purchase my own home and pay it off and mortgage free. Go on my vacations, first class. Have a retirement portfolio. Buy my car of your choice. Buy the car of your choice and specify what make. Because remember, you're writing this down, but you're also claiming it. You're sending it out to the universe. Be positive, be strong, be determined. Say it out loud. So fix it. I'll come back. I want you to fix it. Think, be bold. It's tough. It's the first time any of you are doing this. So I don't expect it to be easy, but I expect me to push you to do it. When I had to do it, it wasn't easy. I chose to do it. Nobody taught this to me. I made a decision and I told you it all came through. But I had to do it. I had to write it down. I had to be clear and concise, and I had to know what it is I really, really desire. And I had to go behind it. And then I wrote it down. I read it to you. I had to think it. I had to feel it. I had to see myself in that car. I had to see myself looking at that portfolio. When I looked at the computer, I had to look at it and say, this is what I want. I wasn't there. I had to picture it being there. I had to stand there and look at it and make it come. And then one day it appeared. But it didn't just appear because I stared at the computer. I did things. I took action. So who else can give me? What about Hiroto? I know that's going to be tough. But I need to push you guys. If I don't do that, I will not be true to you. I'm not giving you what I promised you. Are you ready, Rose? Not yet?
Okay, number one, I desire to be mortgage free. I desire to have a summer home in the country on a lake. I desire to open up my own marijuana dispensary. I desire to lose 40 pounds, and I desire to pay for my children's postgraduate or graduate studies.
Okay. You didn't have anything that I can pull out of there and say that I want to, it needs to be clarified. You did clarify choice. These are your choices. These are your 5 things you chose. These are your decisions. So you're good, I'm not good. There's nothing, you didn't have any words that were not empowering. All your words were strong. Okay, Sasha. Ready?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. I will take 4 vacations a year around the world.
Okay,
I will,
go ahead. 4 vacations around the world. Okay.
yeah, a year.
Mm-hmm.
I will own my 2 properties and make a profit with them. So pay off. Plus buy and be mortgage free for properties in Vancouver, LA, and Jamaica.
Okay, so you have a lot of work to do. So the vacation is fine. 4 vacations a year. That's fine. 1 every quarter. You want to go around the world. That's good. That's your what. Own 2 properties and make a profit, and own properties and be mortgage free. Split them up. Fix them.
Okay.
Fix them.
Okay, so I have to split that up to say be mortgage free.
No, well, where are you going to live? You sound like you're buying properties to sell, to rent, to make profit. So you have to be more specific. You have to be bold, you have to be big, but you have to be more specific. Break it down. You have to have somewhere to live. You want to have properties in those 3 places, because after this, you're going to have an action plan. It's not wishes where horses and beggars would ride. It's nothing to do with that. So fix that, because you're new to hearing about it. The others have been hearing about it for a few days, so they have an idea what I'm talking about. So go back. Your vacation is fine. You can have as many vacations as you want in a year. I would like you to say you are going to pay for it and not borrow money to do it. But if you're going to have all this property, I assume you're going to have money to do that. So try to think in a way, although you're dreaming and you're visualizing, try to do it in a way that it makes sense. And it's not wishy-washy, and it's not like jumping up and down. Sort it out. It takes work, and I'm only forcing you to do it. That is not the answer for tonight. This is just to get you to do it. Because if you're having a spending plan, which is a map of your future and your present into your future, you need to know what it is you really, really desire.
So what I say, I will be mortgage free on my 2 properties, and then do a second one and say I want to own property in Vancouver and pay it off.
No. You have to go back, and you have to, with these 2 properties, are they in the sky? Where are they?
They're in Calgary right now.
Okay. So and they have mortgages on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want my 2 properties in Calgary to be mortgage free.
Yeah,
Okay, because they're already existing.
yeah.
Okay, then after that you can say and try to describe the homes in Vancouver and Jamaica and California. Try to give them a flavor, because you already have your feet in the water. You already own a property or properties. So be more specific. You're not a newbie. Christina, your turn. Hello, Christina.
Start with editing. So how I started and how I ended is different than, because I've been listening. So
That's why I throw those 2, Donado and Yuko, in front of the bus.
yeah, so I'm like, thank y'all for taking the hit for us, because I was like, this is not how I started. Originally, I had written down 8-figure income, commercial rental property, minimal debt, international vacations, and quality time with grandchildren.
Yeah.
That's how I started.
So that sounds like a dream, right?
Yes.
So give it some legs. Make it more a reality. Give it some substance.
This is what I ended with, was 8-figure income from several streams of income from my Know Your Business, seal of approval, notary, my voice acting, and my event planning.
Okay. Okay, so you have where this income is coming from.
I know where these incomes are coming from.
Okay, so that's good.
Okay.
Except as you get further ahead, you will not know. You'll have to split them and say which income is giving you what. Which project is giving you what income.
Look further.
Okay.
Okay. 2, 10 international profitable commercial rental properties without mortgages, or mortgages paid for additional annual income of at least $10,000 a month.
Okay, so you're looking at international properties.
And I have them broken down. I want 4 from the US, one of which is the US Virgin Islands, 2 from Canada, Montreal and Toronto. Sorry, you go. 1 from Italy, I'm thinking Tuscany, 1 from France, still not sure on which one, somewhere outside of Paris, and 1 Bahamas and 1 Costa Rica.
Okay, so you have where they are coming from, right? You have that settled. And you're going to pay for these things from your businesses.
Yes.
Okay. So how many in all? How many pockets? Because everything you have has a lot of little pieces. You need 5 of
I
them.
have 10 properties, all one-bedroom condos that I'm renting out as vacation rentals.
Okay.
That's the plans. Mhm. That's always been the plan. It's just have
Okay.
it written down. Minimal debt, and I say minimal.
Why did you put minimal debt?
Because I know I will have operating expenses, so I expanded that to write operating expenses like utilities, water, sewer, things that I can't go without, but no mortgages.
Okay. So then they are not actual debt. They're expenses.
Yes.
So a debt, remember, is something that you owe on a credit card or on a mortgage or on a loan. That's a debt. Expenses for your property to run your business, run your home is an expense.
Okay.
Although I do tell you that your savings is a debt you owe yourself because you must pay. That's why I say you must pay yourself. So so change that from minimal debt because you don't want the mortgages.
I don't want that.
Well, then if you don't want that, take it off.
Yes.
And put, just leave it expenses. So you have to say though, you have to have money to pay for all the expenses of running these businesses.
Right.
So you need to have what they call business expense account.
Right.
Okay. Next, who is there?
No mortgages. No mortgages anywhere.
Yeah, I heard.
Right. Luxury international vacations, 2 weeks every quarter.
Okay, so that is similar to Sasha.
Anywhere.
It doesn't
Anywhere
matter.
I feel like going.
Anywhere you feel like going.
Done. I want to spend 2 weeks in, Mars is going. No.
Mars is calling. Okay, that is fine. So you guys know I work with the pillars of prosperity, right?
Yes.
So therefore, we're going to have to deal with those pillars. All 5 of them have to be working together. So we have to take care of our emotional, mental, and our physical health and our spiritual health if we want to have financial health. So we will also need to start looking at that. But I'm just feeding you guys a little bit at a time. This you will have to deal with. Next person. Who is here? Yoko, where did Yoko disappear to? Hello?
I'm here.
Hi Yoko, who is the next
I'm just
person?
beside you.
Okay, who is the next person I can ask to talk now? Hi Charlene.
Anybody else hasn't put comments on the comments?
Charlene, you're yes. Hi. Begin.
Own at least 3 properties outright valued at $500K or better before retire at the age of 50. Command 3 sources of passive income to bankroll the lifestyle of my choosing. Establish a legacy of wealth that will contribute to the generations of my family that come after me. Be an impactful example and resource to the next generation of what it means to apply financial knowledge and literacy.
Okay. I like the last one a lot. And the wealth, yeah, so you're already on your way with these properties of yours. What type of income are you looking for? You talk about passive income. Can you give me a better?
Right, well, I figure because the properties will be paid off and I'm not too concerned about the amount of income. Like I'm not looking to have like lavish vacations. I'm going for a simple lifestyle that I can maintain easily and I think is realistically within my grasp and capable of accomplishing within my lifetime.
Okay. So you have the part of your income that you could give you what you want. You want to leave the legacy behind for those coming. You want them to know the journey. So you're teaching that. I need another one. I'm missing one. Maybe I missed one.
Are you?
Yeah, what did you
Well,
have?
own my properties outright, command
Yeah.
passive income, establish a legacy of wealth going to.
And in fact, And the vacation?
I don't have another one. I'm not sure. I thought those last two really kind of encapsulate what I'm trying to build even now. It's really about what I'm leaving behind and trying to bring up the next generation. That's really the desire that I have. And I guess you could tag this on as number 5. Really, just a big living my life in a way that my immigrant parents can look at me and my sister with pride.
Okay. So you want to contribute. So you have to. So your sister is somebody. One of the people you're going to impact.
Well, I think she's having her own level of impact with some of the goals she's accomplishing in
Okay.
her life. But I'm just
All
saying,
right.
because, yeah, it's just
Okay,
her and
I
I,
get it.
but I really just want to make my parents proud. They didn't waste their time on us.
Okay. I don't think she'll say that. Your mom won't say that. But that's okay. That's good. Okay, I'm good with you. Next person. Who is there that I can have? I'm looking. There's all of you here, and I'm not. I don't have enough people. I'm keeping track, so there's more people than I have information. Who is hiding? Teron, is Teron there? He hasn't showed up yet. He said he was going to be late. Where's you?
He just came. Yeah.
Fine.
Huh?
I just got home. Sorry, I had to run back.
No. That's fine. I'll get to you. Anybody else? What about Hiroko?
Hiroko said she got kicked out and she cannot join Zoom. So
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
I know. I tried to send
The link?
for her. Okay.
Okay, so try to get it in there.
I don't know.
Tell
She
it.
said she cannot sign in. She was here.
I know. I saw she was here.
Yeah.
So who else hasn't given me? What about Edward?
I don't think Edward is here yet. Let me see.
Edward won't be available for tonight.
Oh, he wants? Is he playing music tonight? Anybody else?
Let me see.
So I have one question about if I were to say for my third one, to be successful in my acting career business, growing over $1 million a year and making money, not just making money from movies, but a mentorship program for young Black women in business.
Well, you have that is a whole bunch of them. So you have several things there. So you need to split them up.
Okay.
You cannot carry all of them. You can do one thing, use the money to do another, open that to do this. So then you have more than 5.
Okay.
But
so
you cannot thread them through. Like it's not a thread yet. You need to establish them because one has to surface. So those of you that Taran just got home, who else is here? Yuko.
Okay, who else here?
Yeah, that I haven't spoken to.
Sasha, Rosemary, Pallavi, Christina, Donato, Charlene, Arena, Taram.
Christina.
That's all we have. Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
try to bring Hiroko in now.
Okay, so she can.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll when is Taran ready or not? Okay, I'm going to
I'm
wait.
ready.
Oh, you're ready? Okay. So let's get you going.
Okay, so my first goal. Are we talking about 5 or 4?
The 5.
Okay, so my first goal is to pay off my mortgage when I apply for it, like within the shortest possible time.
Okay.
The second one is to be a multiple property owner. And then I have the goal of taking 3 to 4 international vacations a year. So I'm planning this like 1 a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And my fourth goal is to take flying lessons. I want to be a recreational pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And fifth is to retire at least as a millionaire.
Okay, so we have a problem. I have a problem with number 5.
Okay.
So say it again.
Retire at least with $1 million.
Ooh, and you said it again. Is there something you should fix?
You don't like the word at least, I'm guessing.
What you said?
I'm guessing you don't like the word at least.
It's not me that don't like it. It's the universe. Has nothing to do with me.
I am retiring as a millionaire.
So you want to retire as a millionaire. You desire to do that. So when you guys use those disempowering words, it's not me. It has nothing to do with me. It's that you're saying, I don't know exactly, I'll take a little bit or I'll take a lot. So make up your mind. If I'm giving you something and you come to me and say, Tessa-Marie, give me a little bit of this, or give me a little bit of that, or I'll take a lot. I don't know when to stop giving you. So you have to make sure you don't use words like a little bit or just some or so. Even refer to yourself like it's only me, it's just me. This is not fun. That is putting yourself a little smaller than you are. So I think this is all of you that are here. There's 8 of you. So we haven't got Yuko and I made 10. Dawn is missing and the 2 girls are missing. And Edward. Okay, so now let us look. Remember I said you should put the 4 things that you must do if you to get your desired reality. Those 4 things must be part of your psyche. Those of you that have already acquired things, like some of what you want, can you give me an idea of what it felt like on that journey? When you wanted your home, when you wanted this or you wanted that, how was the journey? How did that journey taste? How did it taste? How much of it did you breathe in? So it has to be part of your psyche. It has to be you get up and you think about it. You go to bed and you think about it. You toss and you in the night, and it must be what am I going to do with this? Not how. The how is never your concern or our concern. It's the why you want it and what it is you want. The how will find its way to you if the why and the what is strong enough. If you make it part of your psyche, if that's all I have to, I must. Just like Henry Ford said, I will have it. He didn't say, at least I will get it. So that has to be your psyche. So when you think of the thing, it must trigger you to keep it on track. So none of you, has anybody written in the chat the 4 things? Any of you have told me, any of you know what those 4 things are? Not even one of those 4 things?
What do you mean 4 things? Like what?
There were 4 things.
I got the question.
Huh?
I'm not sure I got the question.
There were 4 things that you must do for you to end up getting what you want. You must have those. You must do that. Write in the chat what those.
Tessa-Marie, are you referring to the 4 pillars?
No, it's 5 pillars, but it's not. I'm not referring to them. So, but we talked about it because this is the first one. I asked you to change your paradigm. You must change what you're doing now in order to get what you want to do, what it is. So you have to, I always say, change your paradigm, switch it. And you ask yourself the question, I have been doing this all along, and it has not been working for me. So what, not how, what can I do to change it? What can I do to pick up the pace? Because what I've been doing so far is not working. Or it's half working. It's just not speeding me up. So you have to shift your paradigm, change it, and say, this is not working, I need to do something else. You don't ask yourself, how do I make it work? You say, what should I do? And the why is, I want more. I want to trigger more. I desire more. And what is that you ask? What is it that you're asking for? You're asking that question. What is it? What must I do? Not how should I do it? And you have to keep, so those are the 4 things. You must change your paradigm. First thing, I don't like how things are turning. I need to push it a little bit further. I don't like how it's going. I need to push it. I need to change it. I don't know what I'm going to do. You have to be so possessed that you're walking around and you feel it. Your steps have to be determined. Your actions have to be almost maddening. And then you have to ask, what is that? What is that? And it's you asking that. What is that I must do? And you will get the answer. Your paradigm is the only way you have to function for a long time. And that thing has to move. It must change. The paradigm must change. because you have been using it like it is. And it's so easy because we forget that we do things the same way every day. We forget and we get the same results, but we really wanted something else and we're hoping we would get something different today. But we're doing the same thing, we're feeling the same energy, we're acting the same way, we're making the same stupid mistakes, and we all do that. So we have to make sure it functions for a long time. So that is the paradigm part. You ask the question, what can I change? Then you need to create a plan of what you desire, what you desire and why. What it is do you want and why do you want it? You have to. If you don't know why you want it, you won't get it. Because keeping it in your head is not a plan, it is an idea. You have to put, it's not a plan when you're just thinking it. It's an idea. You have to put it on paper. So you change your paradigm and you ask why? Why can I not move and change, raise my energy level, figure it out, get angry at self. I don't like where I'm going. It's not what I prefer in my life. It's not what I desire in my life. Why is it taking me so long? I should have been further ahead by now. So you're constantly pushing yourself to answer the questions. Nobody else can answer the questions for you. Believe and have faith that you can. That is a tough one. Because if you believe you can't, you will not get it. If you believe you can't, you will not get it. So you have to believe in that idea. You have to believe you can acquire it. And you have faith. And if you put those two together, it will happen. But you cannot not do it. You cannot not do it. You know what I mean? You change what you're doing. You figure it out. I don't like the way I'm going. And that is shifting the paradigm. Then you go ahead and you write that down. You take it out of your head and you put it on paper and you make it as explicit as you can. And that doesn't mean it remains like this. That just means you have to go back and fix it, because it will, the same way I forced you when you said lease, when Rosemary came back and she said to me, all those things are going to be all in one. And I told her, no, you cannot have them all in one. It won't work. You need to split them up. So you will do that again. And you will write about them, but you will still say, I don't like them. You'll come back and you'll say, no. $1 million, no. I need two. And I know some people are saying $1 million is a big thing. It's nothing. $1 million is absolutely a little bit of money these days. It doesn't have the power that it had. $1 million will only take you this far and it will stop. So it's what you want to do. Okay, believe and have faith that you can. And then the other thing you have to do is work with a purpose towards that plan, making it a reality. So you have to have a purpose. What is your purpose? When you have a purpose, it's not hard, it's not difficult, it's not taking too long. It's a constant journey. When you have a purpose, why am I doing this? Work with your purpose. My purpose is for these reasons you gave me. And it shouldn't be saying, and you don't go around saying, I work so hard for my money. Your whole body goes in that state of hard for my money. I work with a purpose. People ask me that question a lot. And people sometimes assume that I work hard. And they will tell me, oh, well, you work hard, so you work hard for your money. And I go, no, I didn't. I had a plan, because you must work. You have to work. That is what life is. You must work to feed yourself. So you're not really working hard. But you're working because you must work. So you have a purpose for going to work. You need to have shelter, you need clothes, you need those things. So you are working with a purpose. And that's what you have to remember. So it's not hard. What does that mean? My purpose is to be financially independent. That's your purpose. I want to have more money after I pay my bills to do the things I want to do. And then why are you desiring more? So you have to know why you want more. Because you have all these things you want to accomplish. Everybody wants a vacation. Some people don't want an exorbitant vacation. Some people want lavish vacation. Some people want a little vacation just to really, just to chill. And that is okay, but you need to have more. And you cannot get more if you don't know what it is you desire. So that is why I force you to do the 5 things you desire. They will change, by the way. By the time you have come to the 22 days, they will have changed. You will modify them. You will maybe lift them up and check them out and say, I don't like those. I'm going to change them. I need something else. And that is something you will do. We all do. I remember doing that. So I have a question I want an answer to. Tonight you guys haven't spoken a lot because I pushed this on you. So you haven't done much in the chat. What have you learned from your previous attempts to seek financial independence? Not from me. Because this is not the first rodeo. So what have you learned from that? And what is your success story? So,
Can I go first?
of course you can.
So for me, it has been more about believing, as you just said, about the paradigm shift and really about, $1 million is nothing these days. So just having that belief that I can have it and just putting that limiting belief aside that once, I would just put this number so big in my head that, it's not attainable. Now I actually see this happening. So that has been my success story. So once I started believing that, I actually attracted more money and wealth in my life. So, and even now when I just said $1 million, I actually wanted to say billion, but I don't know why I just changed last minute. So I'm still working on that, but I'm seeing the progress with that paradigm shift, as you mentioned.
Because people that want that type of lifestyle that you guys describe, they're never shy about when they're putting it on paper. If that is what you want something different, and what you're asking for there is not unusual, and it's just because you ask for it, that doesn't mean it's unattainable. You have to believe, though. You must have faith you can do it. So write down how your old way of doing things have been working for you. That is something you must write. You must write down how your old ways of doing things have been working for you. That is that. If you think choosing 5 things and having me correct your words is tough, if you honestly take the time and you write down, whether you write it in the chat or you write it in your book, how your old ways of doing things have been working for you. And then if you have a success story, I want you to put it in there too, because that will help you. So how has your old ways been working for you, and write your success story. And then what have you learned from your previous attempts to seek financial independence? So you have 3 things. Come back tomorrow and write them in the chat, because I'll ask you those questions and you'll write them. But more so, I want you to write them in your notebook. Write in your notebook how your old way of doing things have been working for you. And what are your success stories? So what are you proud of that you've done fine with your finances? And don't think anything you have done is too small to talk about. Because if you did it and it slipped through your finger, that tells me you can do it again. And you can do it better because you have the experience of knowing that you lost it or something happened. So what have you learned from your previous attempts to seek financial independence? Did you take a course? What it is you didn't get? And what you learned from that? So if you do that, then we'll go over them, because you need to know what you're doing now and how is it working for you. Is it really working or is it not working? Would you like to fix it? And what are your success stories? We all have things we've tried and succeeded at with finance. Don't be ashamed of them. Don't think they're too small. And this thing here, if you believe you can't, well, you can't. If you believe you can, then you can. So if you want that $1 billion, what is his name? Jeff Bezos started selling books in his car. He did not start selling books. I'm selling books from a warehouse. He didn't. Tyler Perry wrote his script while he was sitting in his car. So don't tell me it's not attainable. There's people that have done it in worse situations than you. The only thing they had was a drive that nothing would stop them. If they talk to you, if you hear them talk, they tell you, I tasted my future. And when I first wrote about the taste of the process, some people couldn't understand. How do you taste the process? It becomes in you so much that everything in you just feels it. So if Jeff Bezos started selling books in his car and he has Amazon, why you can't? Why you can't believe in you? Why you can't believe you can? So although some of you might think some of you had really lofty goals, it's still attainable. There are so many people that have proven that it is attainable, and you don't have to start at the top of the ladder to make it. Like Drake said, we started at the bottom and now we're here. So you have to remember that. And most people who start at the top of the ladder don't make it because they're so accustomed of picking it up from the person that got ahead of them. But those that had to work with a purpose, faith and belief, they got it. So don't make your mind go, oh, I'm just writing that to please Tessa-Marie. Don't do that. Because when I wrote mine, I did not write it to please anybody. Not even my husband. I wrote it for me. Because your vision is only your vision. And nobody can have the same version of your vision but you. So don't let anybody take it from you. It might be lofty, it might be big, it might be choking you, but it's yours. And remember those people that went behind you and they did well. Steve Jobs started designing the computer in his parents' garage. He built it. They didn't like what he did. They fired him, and then when they called him back. So that tells you that journey of 1,000 steps does have some reverse. It does have some side steps. It does have the wrong route. But the thing is, you have a destination. And because you wrote them down to know. You know what they are. 5 things. You know what they are. So can we do that tomorrow night? 2 participants raise their hand. Who has questions?
Donato can say first. I mean, he's been raising hands.
Ok, Donato. Quelquefois vous la laissez.
Thank you, Hugo.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to say earlier, before Tarun, when you asked about the 3 things, for myself, a long time ago, a while back, was the 3 things were discipline, commitment, and taking action. Those 3 things resonates for me even now, right now while I'm here on this program. It's all about commitment, it's all about your discipline, it's all about taking action.
And that and which of action, discipline, and commitment? Which one was the strongest pull for you?
Well, discipline and commitment kind of are on the same. It starts with the thought, but then you have to be committed. I always say commitment is everything. You have to be committed, and then the discipline comes into place because you're committed, and you start to be disciplined with your actions, and then it just all like falls into place. It became commitment for me. It was a thought, then commitment. Then it was the discipline to save money, and save money like a crazy person. Well, to you say don't say that word, but just putting money away as opposed to making sacrifices and saving money.
Okay, so the crazy and the sacrifice has to take a back step somewhere. I don't know where you're going to do them, but I understand the commitment stuff. The commitment is important. Commitment is it, and discipline is it. Like, you cannot want a lot of stuff. You need to have the 5 pillars. Everything you talked about, all of you, all of us, it means the 5 pillars have to be in act. Because you cannot, you're not able to do things if you're not mentally, emotionally, and physically and spiritually ready. Faith is your spiritual part. Your emotions have to be under control. You have to figure out, you have to know how you react to what you just heard. You have to remember mentally how are you going to absorb what you just learned. And then your physical health has to be good, great. So because if one is weak, the other 4 has to pick up the slack and they get weak too. So commitment and discipline is really, really important. But you need to take actions to bring all of it together, all of your goals and your desires together. Because if you're not disciplined, you will still make the same financial mistakes. If you're not disciplined and committed to a better, you will still make the same type of physical mistakes. If you're not committed and disciplined to a better life, you might react to somebody cutting you off with an emotional situation. If you're not disciplined and committed and taking action, you might turn around and not study what you're planning to do in your business, and then your mental capability suffers and your business suffers. You make decisions and choices based on how balanced those 5 pillars are. So you have to remember that. So, anybody else?
Tessa-Marie?
Yes, dear.
Also, I think another thing to add to that is also knowing that, I mean, I'll speak for myself, is that you're not going to always have the answers, or you're not going to always know, and that you should have wisdom to seek, help or understanding, or, learn something else. I think that's also, an important.
We all have to. I still get mentored. I still get coached. I still ask questions. I never learn enough. I'm always doing just that. So we always have to keep the cup full. We always have to make sure we're emptying it and we're putting more in. Emptying it and putting it in. So I do agree with you. You have to seek. You have to say, I don't know how to do this, but this is what I want to do. So that's why I'm telling you, you never have to know the how. Your job is why you want it and what you want. So those two. The how will find you. Because you will send out when you send out that energy into God or universe or whoever you're sending it to, the how will come tumbling down. Sometimes the how comes at you so fast and furious that you have to say, wow. I know I asked for this, but I didn't know that was how it was going to come. And you're not ready. It can bolt you over. It's coming at you and you say, well, you asked. And the more emotion you put when you're asking is the when you say, like, sometimes when I pray, because I pray to God, I say, give me a sign that I will know it's not me making this up. Knock my socks off. I need to know that it's actually you doing this. It's creation working here. So when I get it, I might be stumped. I might be, whoa, what's that? I might not even believe it's true for a while. But give me a sign that is really not coming from me. I will know this cannot be me. So you have to go. And sometimes the way this sign, if it's a person to help you, that person comes and you go, whoa, slow down here. And you have to take it. But you have to be bold when you pray. You cannot be afraid of the God you see that loves you. You cannot be afraid to ask for what you want and you desire and then expect to get it. And if you have done everything you have to do and you're not getting it, you have to say, hey, what's up? You promised me you would help me. You just like you talk to a friend. What's up? You said that you would take care of me. I don't feel being taken care of right now. So sometimes you have to talk to your God like that. Especially if you talk to the one that I know. He says, Look at the lilies of the field. Nobody's looking after them. Yet Solomon in all his glory wasn't as beautiful as them. And he said, if you ask your father on earth for bread, he will give you a snake. Why do you think I'll do that to you? So then claim that promise, demand it. So yes, I believe you should seek help wherever you can find it. Anything else you guys want to share?
I just want to say that, like I think Donata was saying, like mindset is key, like for me. And somehow in the last week, you are a voice in my head. So my mindset has shifted. I went to the dollar store today, and I remember somebody loving going to the dollar store, but I went to the dollar store today because I don't wear lipstick, so I wear, this is my lipstick, Lip Minutes. This is literally what I wear. And so I went in there to grab 2 of them. And as I was going to the checkout, I saw these beautiful smooth stones, and it had words like spirit and truth and like all these positive things. I'm like, oh my God, these are like so great. You know, the grateful stone, you keep it in your pocket, like rub your hands on it to remind you to be grateful. And I'm like, I started picking them up. I could give this to this friend and that to that friend and this friend. And I had 6 in my hand, and I heard Tessa-Marie go, what did you come in here for? Why are you picking up stones? Do you need to pick up stones? Do your friends need stones? Okay, and I put them back.
Okay, so Yuko has a story she wants to share. Where are you?
I'm here.
But yeah, so like it's literally like everything I do, I'm realizing like there's this thing that says no, you're not gonna do this, and I just laugh at it now. But it's showing me that I'm ready for this. Like I'm committed to the process. I am not giving that extra dollar or $5 just because it's only $6. It doesn't mean anything. I'm literally going, do I need this? Is it necessary? And so I'm just turning around. I went with my grocery list today to the grocery store, bought what I needed. It was like half a shopping cart. It was still expensive, but it was like, okay, I got what I needed, coming home to cook. No takeout, no extra anything. And I was okay with that. Like I didn't feel like I was depriving myself. I actually felt like I did something good for myself by not picking up those extra $5.
I like that story. Yuko, can you tell her what happened to you today?
The one I talked to you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw something unusual today. I take Buddy for a walk to the park, and then here in Niagara Falls, I maybe something the same way. It's city workers taking care of parks. And then I always see city worker guys, they always have a Tim Horton in their hands, right? But today, I saw a first time in so many years, I saw a city worker guy, and he had a thermos on his hand. And I noticed immediately, so I talked to him, like, wow, you have a thermos, that's really good. And then, did you bring the coffee from home? He said, no, actually, office, we make a coffee. So I can save money, Tim Hortons large size is what, $2 or something.
It's more than that.
How much?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure it's more.
It's more than that. Okay. See, I don't like Tim Hortons, so I don't know. But so so that's a really great way. But I think I do believe, because I've been learning with you guys and Tessa-Marie through learning, through books, through her book. There's a chapter, it's like the guy bring lunch, and he noticed, as soon as he bring lunch, and he noticed his bosses, everybody, he noticed like, oh, there are more people bring lunch, right? So when you're starting to just aware of it, notice, you will see more people, like just bring lunch or bring coffee. And then I think when you see it, I think it's good to say, you're doing a great job. Like me, I told him, I love that. I love you bring a coffee. I love you just, buying Tim Hortons coffee. And he was so happy with it. But the thing is, like, you will probably gonna see, all of you guys, probably see more people like more people have a thermos.
Oh, more people. I remember those days. I remember those days. Okay, Rosemary, what did you have to say?
Okay, so again, your voice is definitely resonating in quite a number of us because today, when I went to purchase, it's kind of funny, but it's not, I mean, you're making an impact. I mean, I went to buy something and it was $7.99. I never carry cash, to be honest. I always have my debit card.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's like, $8, and I was like, no, you said it was $7.99. And then it was, you know, Tessa-Marie said everything to a penny, so I was like, you told me $7.99. He was like, no, for you $8. I'm like, no, you said $7.99. But I thought that was really funny. I literally heard your voice in my head.
But he did. If he wants $8, he should say it's $8. I agree with you. Because if in case you had to pay him the tax and it was short, he would ask you for it.
So he tried to be the right that initially, so I thought that was.
Yeah, it is. The point of it is that it's your money. You have to watch where it's going. It doesn't belong to him or anybody else. And like you and the stones, I mean, so you give me the stones, I'll just put it down there. The stones is nice, but it costs you $1. I have it there. It's not edible. It's not going to save my life. It's not big enough to hit the rubber on his head if he comes to rob me. So I have to look at it from all of these points. So, yeah. But that's why I want you to know. So those questions, you still have to respond to them tomorrow. We'll just touch on them. But I want you to know what it is you've done before that has worked, and success story. I like that Donato had this commitment, discipline, and action. We know that. So that's important, and this is all we can do. We have to make sure that we stay on track with this, because this helps you to formulate your future. We'll be going back on the spending plan. That is just to give you an exercise because this is part of what you're going to create. You're saving money for vacation right now. So you see, you forgot you have a vacation account. You forgot you have a house saving account. So you forgot a few things, and today you forgot it again because I didn't bring you back there. But I purposely took you away from the road you were on to show you what you have on your spending plan is really what you have in your desires, your 5 things you desire. We always have 5. But then you will notice that one of them will be more dominant. One of them will really need your attention more. And the number 1 might become number 4, number 4 might become number 2, but something else will happen. And you will have to change them because as you get to understand, the same way you made a change today, like Rosemary was bold to say you said $7.99. And you decide, well, I came here for lip balm, I didn't come here for stones. And Yoko noticed that the man had his thermos. That is what it has to do. It must cause you to look at what's happening around you because it is affecting you, and that is shifting your paradigm. Because before, the man and his thermos in the park wouldn't mean anything to her. It's just another city worker with a thermos in his hand. She would never give it a thought. And you would see this, I should take then 1 for my sister, 2 for me, 5 for my brother, and you'd pick them out. And you would just leave. But now your paradigm has shifted because you're thinking of a future that's better than the present. And you're working now to fix it. So that's what we have to do.
Tessa?
Yes, dear.
I was just reminiscing back in the day, and it starts with this. Once you save $1, whether it's $1, $100, or $1,000, once you start saving, it's like you said, that paradigm shift, and you see the result. You just start to see the money just compounds.
It does.
You don't even realize before you know. Because I remember I was thinking back when I had a goal of saving $10,000. This is like years back before my daughter came. And then once I reached 10,000, it's okay. It was like a game. It became a game. It's okay. Can I save 20,000? And before you know, 20,000. Then I'm at 30,000. like here, like I was playing a game with my daughter. I could show you guys. I think one day I'll just show you guys. I have these containers that I started with my daughter this years ago. She's 14 now. I started saving money. You know, every day you come home with tons of change. I don't know if it's like that anymore. Tons of change. I would dump it out right on the counter, and then I would have my daughter not count it, but separate it in terms of quarters, dimes, and nickels. And I had these containers are so full. One day I started counting one of them. My daughter would say, "Daddy, I'm gonna buy something." I think she said, "I'm gonna use this to buy something." I said, "Well, this is gonna be to buy your place one day." And I started counting it one day. I didn't even realize it's so full. I have one for dimes, quarters, and nickels, and I have another one for loonies and toonies. I started counting the loonies and toonies, and I just gave up. Like, I must have there must be at least maybe 20,000, maybe more in this container of just loonies and toonies.
But that is what people don't realize. The same way you put it in a container and it grew because you kept doing it is the consistency, the persistent, right? It's the same way when I started doing $1.75 and it grew. And every time I got a raise and the difference in my paycheck, if it was $2, then I said, okay, I didn't have it last pay. I'm not going to pretend I don't have it ever. And then we just made do with what was there. And it grew to the point it gives you your down payment. But you have to start. You must put the root in the ground. You have to plant a seed. If you do not plant a seed, you will not have a tree. So anything else, anybody else, because it's our usual hour and a half. I don't think we've ever had this class for an hour and say good night. Where's Teron? You quiet, Teron.
We can't get enough of you.
Is that what it is?
She likes us, that's why she stays on.
I stay on because I stay on because I stay on. I want to give you more value for your time.
She's having too much fun with us.
I want to give you more value. So that is why I always ask for feedback. How was this exercise tonight? Was it a good exercise? Christina is gone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how was this exercise tonight? Was that a good exercise?
It was amazing. It really gets us thinking, and you know, I've been giving you feedback constantly, you know, through direct messages and email. That you know, ever since you started the gratitude journal, is just that the mind shift has happened, and you know, it's for me. I can say that I believe in myself a little bit more and more every day. This kind of resonates with everything that you teach. So every session I enjoyed, even if I have to leave because of work. I love it. Even if I'm late, I'm just running back just to, you know, catch as much as I can. So I love it.
Thank you. That is good because I need to know what I'm doing, if it's resonating with you. I know that you guys maybe in some cases still hasn't seen the journey or the full picture of the journey, but those tools that you got tonight and how to take those 5 things and make them stronger by watching the words you put behind. Remember when we do the morning blessing, I say, watch the words you put after I am. Those words are very, very powerful. So if you're going to, I am a failure, I am not doing it, I'm going to try, I am not sure, I don't know how. Anything you put after the word claiming me, yourself, it has to be strong. And the most important thing is when somebody looks at you quizzically because you have said I am in a powerful, strong way, and they look back at you, you should tell them, don't do that. Say, you just looked at yourself in a bad way. You didn't look at me. And they might think it's you they were looking at, but they're creating their own future. So that's why you need to be strong. And don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't play with your life. It's not something to play with. As I said, the man started to deliver books in his car.
You know, like one of the things, yesterday I was listening to Abraham Hicks, and don't listen to her sometimes.
Oh, what's her name? Yeah, Abraham.
And so one of the things, like what I was listening to, she said was, you can't be a vibrational match to the more of you when you're a vibrational match to the less of you.
That's right.
And
That's
I
so
think
true.
that alone like resonated with me immediately, because I I'm consistently saying that, like, I do want more, I do want more, I do want more, but I'm in a place where sometimes I'm like, you know, life gets to me and then I go, well, I'm only human. I could sink into this negative space and feeling for a minute because I'm human and this is what we should be allowed to do. Good night, Fernando.
Bye, Donato.
Sorry to interrupt you. Good night, everybody. Good
Okay.
night, Tessa. Thank you again.
Okay,
Good
take
night.
care. Bye.
Hi, guys. See you tomorrow, okay?
Night.
See you tomorrow.
And so I find that that's where there was that discrepancy with myself, was saying that I want my life to be better, I want to be a better human being, I want more in my life, I want to be financially, you know, in a better place. And I do have a belief, yes, that I want these things, but there's that nagging thing because I've gone through debt up and down, I've paid off stuff, and I've gotten like, so I go back to that negative space. And when I read that, I heard that, I was just like, I can't be in both places.
No, you can't. And you have to change your paradigm. You have to shift. You have to shift that paradigm. You have to, exactly what she says, raise your vibrational level. The thing that these 5 of us are here, let me tell you a little secret. The minute you raise your vibrational level, you're going to lose friends.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to lose
You're right.
people. The minute you change that vibrational level, there's going to be people that cannot stand that new vibration that you're in. They will not, and it might be people so close to you that you will be upset. Why? Don't you see, I'm just trying to do better. So that's what you have to remember. The minute you change your vibrational level, you're going to hurt people. Not because you choose to, it's because they cannot stand the light. So be prepared for that. Your attitude will be different. And your belief in yourself will even be stronger. And that is why you have to sometimes hold back. Hold back some of your gains. Don't pull it down. But when somebody says, how are you doing? Don't just start to spill it out. Just say, I'm doing really well, thank you. And if they tell you you're rich and you're doing well, don't say you're not, because you are. So you see, it's a game. But once you change your vibrational level, you will lose friends, you will lose confidence, and they will always be telling you, oh, you have no time for me, all you do is about your business, you're working on your this, you're buying your home, you're always doing this. And they're going to tell you that. And they're going to tell you you're too much. You're just too much. You're just so full of yourself. There's so many things. So get ready, because, and they'll tell you, like in Toron's face, they might say to you, you're working constantly. In Nikki's, in Yuko's place, what more do you want? You have a husband, you have a house. Your children are grown. People tell you that. Aren't you satisfied? In Pavli's place, they'll say to her, well, you know what? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to aren't you happy working for a company, being a journalist? So they're going to question you. They want you to settle. And you that started on this journey, you want a house every year. Why do you want another house, they'll ask you. Why do you want to have this big portfolio? Don't you have sufficient investment? Don't you have a pension? They're going to ask you questions like that. So that means you have to answer them. And you're going to answer them in a way to please them, and you shouldn't do that. So in that case, don't involve them. Raise your vibrational level and go to the next level. On that path, you will meet new people that are on the same trip as you, and they'll help you. And you will still come back to visit, and those people will still be sitting on the same stoop, looking the same way. They will not have changed. So you have to remember that. And guys, we need to go.
Yep. Tessa needs to have rest.
I have to be up at 5 a.m.
Appreciate it.
Yes, Mr. Turon, I have to be up at 5 a.m. You guys are going to be looking for your morning blessing. It's like, where's my morning blessing? If I'm 2 minutes late, this is Ali. Oh, you're late this morning, Mr. So I'm already I go already 2 minutes.
And Paula, she has to go back to bed.
Yeah, and so she can get up to see me at 8 o'clock.
So I know I keep asking questions about the spending plan and when we're creating it. When we're going back, do we put like everything we've put in our entertainment, like that we did the last month, or what we think around the amount it would be?
The point of it, you can, I don't care how you do it, if you want to go back and use those amounts. What I am looking for is that whatever amount you give me can go into your income and it balances out. If it is too much, then you might as well have to shift and change it. You have to decrease it and you have to keep it. So it is difficult, it's work. Because if you have an entertainment amount, for example, in your spending plan of $150, and then you have all your other expenses, your phone, your rent, your hydro, your heat, your house, your mortgage, whatever, and all those total, and there is $100 too much from your expenses, your income is short by $100. I expect you to find it from somewhere except savings. So you cannot decrease your mortgage or your rent or your utilities or your phone. So what is left?
Okay. Just the one thing that I have that I know is making it over are my classes. That I am registered.
Well then how many bottles of wine you have?
Okay, so take it from everywhere else.
Yeah, a little bit from everywhere until you get it down to zero. Except from savings. Everything, the fixed income, the fixed expenses, those you agreed, you signed to pay, the mortgage, the rent, you signed to pay that, you cannot fool around with those. Because it will ruin your credit and you want that. And then if you don't honor the debt you owe yourself, which is your savings, you will be unhappy. So you still are not going to be happy. So you have to take it out of groceries, entertainment, hair and nails and teeth and tongue, I don't know, from those areas. You have to pinch. It's like looking at your entertainment and say, okay, $20 less, $15 from over here. You know, you really need to buy more makeup or you have sufficient perfume. So you have to decide where it's the choice, like what Rita did today. Not buying the stones.
You were in my head as well. I went grocery shopping and I had a list and I really looked around. I was like, it really is a war zone. We're in a war zone with our guns. If there's no list, I saw the watermelon, I saw the strawberries. I didn't get them, but I was like, oh my God, I want to buy them. I was like, I'm in a war zone. And everywhere you turn, they're upheaving. I was like, oh my God.
And this is the first time you did that, so you've already shifted your paradigm. You've already shifted.
Nice.
Yeah, really.
2 days, and you already looked at it.
I went into Shoppers, they had body wash on for $3.99. It's Olival Day. I was like, no, it's free at home. It is not on the
Oh, I do the same thing.
right?
I do same. I have 3 at home.
You. I was spilling water.
Yeah.
I almost spilled the water on the computer.
I know. I asked myself, do I really need?
But when she said that, she said, it's the way she described it. It's a war zone. She said they're all over. I can picture it.
Tessa-Marie, just so you know, I had some Pond's, face cream.
Yeah.
Using like just pure vitamin E cream on my face.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm just like, what am I gonna do? And you said, use it on the rest of your body. So at nighttime what I do now? My Pond's is lathered, and you know what? It works phenomenal.
It does.
Don't forget the elbow.
Don't forget the elbow. We have.
Brilliant. This is for your face, this is for your hands, this is for your feet.
They're all the damn same thing.
Right. So I'm just lathered up in Pond's and face cream on my body.
I tell you, we do the Sunday self-care show. Yoko and I do it at 9:30 Sunday morning, right? Yeah. And we were talking, every Sunday we have a different topic. And one Sunday we had about the creams and apparently what's her name? Rosemary was on the show. So tonight she comes, she says, "Oh, Yoko, that really stuck with me. I'm making sure I cream my elbows. I don't want any." She's carrying on. I'm thinking, this is getting really bad, this Sunday show. And then when we did facials, remember? We said, after you take the mask,
With all the extra juice.
it's in the package. So we take the mask and you put it down, you go, and you put it all over the neck. And these women, this one woman said, "Hold it up, let me see what brand so I can buy the same." It is comical. So this is just another part of how we live our life. You and I, every Sunday, this Sunday, it was self-care while grocery shopping. That was good, that was funny. It was a good show. Yeah, we got tons of feedback on that.
Yeah,
so,
if
but,
you look around, pay attention, you can save money. Like Tessa-Marie said, like $2 here, $3.
Yeah, just put it up.
Underestimate $2-3.
Yeah.
Or extra cream, why not?
You have the cream. When you're finished creaming your face, I will tell you guys the experience in New York. I told that story before. This lady was sitting there and she had the most beautiful face. Really nice. And then I happened to, we looked down, my sister looked down at her hands. And her hand was not matching the face. And she saw the action. She saw Dawn, and she said to Dawn, "I was told to take care of my face, but nobody told me to take care of my hands." So what you use on your face, don't wash it. Rub it on the back of your hands. Don't waste it. You've already invested in it. And if it is a little bit stale, then use it on your feet. Use it on your elbows. Because if your feet is ashy and dry and you have sandals, it doesn't look too good.
No, not sexy.
No, not sexy. This one's head is in one place, sexy. Anyway, good night, good night, good night.
We can have another time.
Just a social meet up, we just chill and talk and whatever.
Yeah, but remember, I want answers for those questions tomorrow, though, in the chat. You guys got away 28 things in the chat. That is a low number. We need more interaction than that. So Pallavi, good night. You need to sleep, girl. Go to sleep. I'm Sasha.
Become a zombie soon.
What you said?
I said Pallavi's gonna become a zombie soon.
I know.
She's chatting, and the other day I had to remind her, should we go to bed because we'll be up for an hour in 3 hours.
Be dedicated, being I don't know what time it is for you over there. But
10 hours. 10 hours difference. It's already Thursday.
Yeah, it's so probably 5 a.m. for her.
Yeah.
5 a.m.
But
I
you
don't think Pallavi sleep.
do you sleep because she's up at 8?
I sleep during the day now.
Oh, you sleep. Well,
living her life in Canadian time.
Canadian time.
Yeah, which is great. It doesn't matter. We'll be fine. We'll get there. At the end of the journey, Pallavi, at the end of the 22 days, when you write your full report, you can see what you did. And you can see where you are. And the point is that I will not just stop and let you guys go. I hope you guys continue to communicate. So, Taran, I'm sorry I missed your live with Belinda today.
It's okay. You can watch it once she posts it. I'm gonna put it on my story.
Was it good?
Sorry?
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. It was rapid fire back and forth.
Yeah.
I really felt like I was interviewing, and last time I interviewed was a long time ago.
Yeah, a hot
So
seat.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
She had you in the hot seat. Yeah.
Okay.
She's good.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she I saw she jump on the Ivy Live when it was on. So no, I have to post all these things. Let's see how they work. We'll find out. So talk to you guys later. Good night, people.
Right. Good night, Rita. Good night, Paul.
Yoko, did you copy the chat?
Yes, I already sent it to you.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Good night. Bye, Taran. Bye, everybody. Pallavi. Bye, everybody. Good night. Okay, so delete, public, share. is it? Back there. Oh. I should have saved it first and I could share it. Save. Um,